And then back with this front turret, gonna be Yazuki taking some damage. Stun on a Gleeb though, not gonna be great. XiaoWeiXiao low. The execute from Kez comes through. It's gonna be the kill and the turret. Now to the backline. Thor goes down. NoName low on health, has the Hexbreaker. Vasilii, can he save the game? No, he cannot. 4 dead. C9T finding a huge team fight at 35 minutes.
Looks like we're going to 5, Freak. The inhibitor goes down. This should be the game. Easy end on the Nexus turrets.
35. Here comes NoName for the miracle. Not gonna happen. Ace. The kill goes to the overworked Gleebglarbu on support. 1, 2, and 4. 35.5 minutes. We're going the distance.
All right.
Game 5 for everything. Welcome back to the North American Challenger Series Playoff Finals. The last blast, the next will decide the 2014 Spring Challenger Series champion. I'd like to welcome Hai back to the set for one last time today. 2-2 in the series. I'm out of things to describe this, man. What do you think?
It's been a long day. I came here for the first set of the games actually, and those are 5 games, and this one's 5 games. And I guess I jinxed LMQ by saying they're going to win that game. So maybe if I do that again, Go on LMQ, yeah. They might lose again, so then C9 can win. That'd be great.
You're so emphatic about that.
Yeah.
You're just like, go.
You guys got this, man. I can't cheer like too hard, you know.
Are
Otherwise,
you a
I'm
part
not
of the
motivated.
Lomo Nation? Hi.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Your
They did
citizenship
call me the
might have gotten
Lomo
revoked.
King, to be fair.
They do?
Vasilii, when I was playing with him.
Mm-hmm.
I have a screenshot of it, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're the king. That's awesome.
Hey, man, he called me the Lomo King, so I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Why would I not?
I didn't know they were a monarchy, actually. I
just
figured they were a
figured that out.
democracy, but
Who knows?
you were the sole leader. Congratulations.
I'm the king of it, apparently.
There you go. Okay, so then if you're LMQ, then if you're the king of the nation, what do you do then to fix up Game 5 here? Because they're trading back and forth, obviously.
So I've seen this actually a couple times. The last time C9 played against LMQ, I think they did mirror matches mid. So one time he had Nidalee, the other time he had Orianna, and they reversed it. And he just did this again. I feel like they're either doing that to make a statement. I think Scar said that on Twitter too. So I'm kind of pulling this from him, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
So like he's picking Syndra into the Nidalee, and he picked like Nidalee into Syndra, and he's basically saying a statement, hey, I'm better than you.
So there was also Medjai's picked up. Now that was by the support, but it's a similar thing, kind of making a statement with that item.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with the Medjai's or the Syndra pick personally. If they're trying to make a statement, I guess they made the statement.
You gotta back it up if you.
Yeah, I guess they kind of got punished for that by the Medjai's they had. And
they won. Yeah, well, they won that game.
It was a very low kill game. I think C9 had 2 kills before the end of the game. Like they had 2 kills, went mid, aced them, and then there's 7 kills, and that's like all they had the entire game. So it was a very low kill game.
Yeah, and that entire game was objective control. C9T took literally, aside from the first spawn of buffs, every single blue buff on the right side jungle and every single dragon. That was kind of the way they kept up. But now we've seen many times in a row, LMQ seem to be better at picking off champions and getting kills. Identifying those as like 2 repeated key traits, how do you change the way you play to beat the other team?
Right. So I think something you can notice off these series is when C9 played for the objectives, they won those. Like that game just now, once again, they had 2 kills. They had every single dragon, though, basically every single blue from Syndra, and they went for turrets and they went for dragons. So when you're going for objectives and the enemy team just wants a team fight, but they don't get the team fight, then they're kind of lost as what to do. So they kind of got... They weren't necessarily that far down in gold, but they were getting out objective. Say, for example, they had the dragons, they had the blues. That game probably would have been a stamp for them. But the fact that C9 got all the dragons and the blues, it went very bad for LMQ. They're not prioritizing objectives at all, really. I think they're going for kills. And that kind of shows with the Medjai's. That kind of shows with the Syndra. And when you're just prioritizing kills, and the enemy team isn't, you're going to have a bad time.
So then thinking into then picks and bans, you go for this one because we're seeing mirror matches back and forth. Soraka was a big deal early on. Now it's getting banned all the time. Nidalee now seems to be undefeated in this series and kind of like the marquee champion for both of these players. I feel like that has to come into consideration as well in picks.
Right, so they once again banned Qi-Lin, but it went better for them this time because they were blue side for 1, and for 2, they banned the second AD carry on top of that. I don't necessarily know why Vasilii picked Twitch. I think it's because he likes him. I've seen him play it in solo queue where he does his Blade of the Rune King Youmuu's Rush, which is fine, but I think a better pick would have been Graveser, obviously, just because it had success earlier, and I personally think is a better champion. So they had a very good pick ban phase. They got their Nidalee to put Wei-Jun on Syndra, which I think is arguably an okay champion.
Mhm.
So I feel like they didn't pick optimal champions in my opinion, and they get punished for it.
Yeah, I was thinking it looked like they got beat in draft phase this time around.
Yeah.
They had that Twitch. Twitch never got to assassinate anyone, even though he did build the Ghost Blade.
Yeah,
I'm so happy
He
about.
was set up for it.
Never got to do the Blade Ghost Blade combo.
The blade combo, actually. Two blades.
Double blades, dude.
Didn't kill
It's a
anything.
lot of blades.
I
The
know.
Ghost of the Ruined King.
The ghost of the Ruined King. Just kind of a ghost of a champion. Wasn't even shown up there. So, hi. Last final question then for you. Prediction?
Go C9. Yes. That's
Go.
what I'm going to say.
I thought you were going to go with your sabotage mode. Here
Yeah,
and go LMQ.
LMQ's going to win. Yeah. let's hope that sabotages them.
Root for one. Vote
and
for the other.
team wins, yeah.
There you go. All right, hi, thank you very much, guys. We're going to get ourselves into Game 10 of the night, but Game 5 of this series, winner takes the first ever Challenger champion here in North America. And, you know, they talked about at the very beginning of the tournament, or the very beginning of this match, actually, Cloud9 Tempest saying, well, Cloud9 Eclipse won in Europe. Cloud9 is the #1 seed in North America. Why can't we make it all 3 teams here? See if they can do it. We're going to champ select.
Why not indeed, Freak? Now, you did bring up a point during our interview, where you talked about LMQ are so good at picking people off.
Yeah.
Is that they're great at picking people off, or is that Cloud9 are great at walking into picks?
Both?
Because one of them, at least one of them, was just walking straight into
That's
pick.
true.
So
That's true.
we'll have to see. Vision control, though, regardless, either way is going to be important so they can avoid those picks that LMQ are looking for, trying to kill people, go more for kills than objectives. LMQ, though, they can easily go straight back to their core game plan, have the early game team fights, win the dragon fights, take objectives off of those, go back to the comfort picks.
So we'll see what the teams find. Soraka and Shyvana still banned away. We'll see if LMQ adds the Ziggs again. The Ziggs have been banned every single game so far. I don't know if they changed that plan. C9T making, I think, a smart adaptation, banning away Nidalee in this matchup.
Yeah.
Not
they're
allowing
blue
that.
Side, so they've learned.
Well, they also banned Ori, though, because they've added that ban on for a while against XiaoWeiXiao.
Yeah, I mean, they're leaving Ori up, but I don't feel like that's as big of a deal as the Nidalee.
And Ziggs still
They
removed.
could still ban it, too. And they've
So-
only banned Qi-Lin as well. So all the other AD carries will still be available. They're just trying to take that away from Vasilii. Now, Lucian,
Lucian
the last
Orianna
ban,
is the main.
last ban's either going to be Lucian or Orianna. Now, the real question is, who are they more afraid of? Which
Maybe NoName Kha'Zix? Nope,
which
it isn't
player?
right.
No, yeah. Okay, so it is that. They're gonna give the possibility of a first pick Lucian, in which case they could take a Kha'Zix. They could take a Renekton. I don't know. It's an interesting trade-off here.
Yeah, if this was 4.4, you'd say Lulu. We've seen it a little bit.
I
but-
mean, Lulu would probably be the answer pick to whatever other mid laner gets picked first.
Well, keep in mind, this is a game, think about, I think it was game 3, actually, where C9T taxed Bischu's champ pool so hard that he was forced back on the Syndra that didn't work well. Syndra's 0-2 in this series.
Yeah.
LMQ could continue to attack the mid lane pool, grab another thing that Bischu would like to play, like Lulu. And I feel like that's an important pick for these guys.
They give up the Kha'Zix and go. I mean, they give up the Lucian, go for Kha'Zix instead. So
Yep.
Lucian is definitely available, as well as. Okay, never mind.
Yep, Lucian's available, the Renekton
They
worked
can
last
lock
time.
in quicker than I can speak.
It's true.
But anyways, those are the two that we talked about. However, support still up. For Morgana, for some reason, has been a really high priority for these guys as well.
Yeah.
It looks like it's kind of dropped off as the games have progressed here. Because it's been, I mean, it's been a good champion, but Thresh has been equally as impactful. Don't feel like it's worth knocking any of these picks lower on the scale. So I think this is a good adaptation for both.
Yeah, and Graves comes through anyway, so Lucian not even, I mean, they grabbed it, but it pushed them onto Graves. Graves was a good performance from Vasilii before anyway.
No mid laner yet. The hard counter pick is guaranteed for Cloud9 if they want to leave their mid till last. Likewise, they could jump for that Lulu, who's a safe all-around
Sure.
mid laner to go with if he's worried about getting cornered.
And I'm wondering what else is in that pool for him right here. He's already taken 4 mid lane bans. You've always got to make sure you know what else is available to you on this one. But C9T now going to take their time with this one. Top lane Lee Sin, jungle Kha'Zix, AD carry Graves. A very damage-heavy lineup. I think every top lane Lee Sin gets 1 or 2 offensive items before they start. Whether it's Brutalizer, Last Whisper, I've seen that, or the Hydra Rush. Sometimes even seen BT Rush. But I feel like we are going to have damage in a lot of plays for LMQ.
And Ackerman does have the teleport still, sitting on that, so likely the teleport leads in. Looking to shove the lanes very quickly and then move around the map. So they do go early Lulu, get that safe early pick for the mid lane.
Yeah.
There's not like hard counter picks for Lulu, so it's an all-around safe pick there for Bischu. Locking in the jungler, I thought it was going to be an Elise locked in.
Yeah,
Evelynn very similar though. It's right up there as far as Kez's rankings go. So it's actually going to put more threat on the map early without him having to be there. Just as we talked about before, the vision tax that Evelynn brings, as well as the threat that sort of makes the solo lanes play a little bit safer because they always have to respect an Evelynn.
Yeah, and if we actually saw last time there was an Evelynn there, significant pink ward purchase from LMQ. That Evelynn tax, as you described it. There's going to be that little bit of an invisible gold lead going on to see if LMQ can stop the ganks coming through. The last few seconds taken out, and LMQ are going to go support Annie here for more.
So last time he hovered over it, this time they actually pull the trigger.
Yeah.
They're going so damage heavy here. This team for LMQ is all about quick bursting. They're picking people off. They're bursting down single targets. They can actually burst down several targets at once with the Annie and Graves.
Arguably, yeah.
But man, that duo as just a lane, level 6 is terrifying. An Annie Graves lane, level 6, is one of the most terrifying things that you can have in the duo lane.
So C9T backing up with some defensive pickups as well. I still like Karma vs. Graves, another matchup where you've got a big poke lead. Also, judging by my knowledge of these players, I feel like more is likely to start with like a Ruby Crystal. So in 2-on-1s, you've actually got a slight push lead here. I feel like it's mid Lulu and support. Yeah, because I didn't finish the thought because
I'm right there with you.
No, we're there, but I'm thinking of extra level ahead. I think C9T will still swap these. I don't think it's mid Karma.
Yeah.
It's very unlikely, but I was thinking like Lulu is a flex pick regardless. I like that they picked it up early, then waited on their true support pick.
Let's see if they do swap it.
Well, I think the rules, they do.
It's 20 seconds.
Cutoff is 20 seconds. They put it back there. Bischu ignite Lulu actually as well, so wanting to fight his opponents, not the heal stack necessarily. Renekton Eve, still very, very fun. Also ignite Renekton here, so actually a lot of changes.
And the Lulu talking about changes in the new patch, she cannot actually pull off the double Glitterance even if she stacks up cooldown reduction. Before you were able to get to it. And I felt like that's where a lot of Lulu kills came from, is people, especially the first time around, not expecting the picks to stay on you that long and getting off a second Glitterance. That's not available anymore. So it's pretty much all about that upfront damage. Yeah. And you just have to worry about the speed. That still catches people off guard with Lulu.
Yeah.
Surprise factor, I think, is a really big deal with this champion.
Yeah, and the cool thing is we've actually seen people change their builds around a little bit, kind of as a result of that change, actually. Yesterday in the semifinal, we saw XiaoWeiXiao on Lulu go like 1 or 2 Doran's Ring into first item Xian to just shove in against the Nidalee and just deal damage to that turret. Say, well, there's no point in rushing CDR. It's not going to affect me that much. I'll get some extra AP and mana and get the Xian damage. And actually took mid turret tier 1 and tier 2 because of that. He had so much pressure on the lane that he got his team a global objective lead. So I kind of want to track the item progression there from Bischu, see how he does with this Lulu here. Again, I like that they picked that fairly early in the rotation, didn't allow that to get stolen away because that's kind of important to make sure your mid laner gets something comfortable. So Bischu being back on something he cares about, that he's good with, it's going to be something to watch for.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this game because it feels like LMQ are the ones who make the first decision. They're the ones with the high damage team if they can execute well. If they can execute well, if they can get the vision and get the first step, the initiation on even the little skirmishes, then they can come out ahead. However, C9 being the more beefy team, the more resilient set of champions, if LMQ make a misstep in one of those fights, it's very easy for Cloud9 to punish them for it.
It's going to be about the gold lead then in this one. Cloud9 Tempest chilling by their blue buff right now, but LMQ stacking up pretty early on the top side of the map. We'll see what happens with these teams. It is Ruby Crystal and a ward start for more. He's actually already put that one down.
Ooh, early W start from Annie as well. Already got the stun.
Okay. It is a 1.25 second stun. It's been nerfed a couple of patches ago to be shorter early game, but still incredibly important. Still have an area effect stun at level 1.
Yeah, still enough to kill somebody at a level 1 team fight.
Yeah, when you got Kha'Zix Lucian, some good damage there. Right now, C9T, they're waiting around on the wings. Kez actually off on the side, being Evelynn. He can stand outside the brush and be invisible.
All right, Yazuki has switched off his teleport. Was holding onto that one through champion select, but he's going Ignite Renekton.
Yeah, 2 ignites, 2 heals in the team.
This is one of the few times where LMQ actually have the teleport advantage moving towards late game. See how well Ackerman can use that to his advantage. Lucian versus Renekton. Interesting matchup here with Lucian being down his combat summoner. It will be, again, influenced by junglers pretty easily.
And it looks like we're going to have a 2-on-1 with the lanes, I would say, in something like an advantage for C9T. Top lane turret, of course, harder to take down, and with LMQ dedicating their dual lane up there, it's actually going to be harder. I mean, we've seen now 2 games in a row C9T getting an early objective lead because of lane swaps, whether it's 2 turrets for 0, 2 turrets for 1, plus a dragon. C9T starts these games away early, and they won the last game just because of objective control. It's a thing to keep in mind here.
Yeah.
Yazuki, though, with Ignite, is on the wrong side of the map. He's going to have to run all the way down to join Kez with the buffs and whatnot.
Ackerman, Yazuki is kind of floundering in there. He's just getting up the ward on red and then trying to get some jungle experience. No, he needs to make a beeline down there. He's going to help with pushing, as he said. Evelynn is actually better than Kha'Zix in the straight-up push game because she can get her attack speed buff or just off a minion and take down the turret quicker. Also, with the turret on bottom, not having that extra defense will help out.
Yeah.
So Yazuki just heading over level 1. Since he is uncoordinated, they won't be able to get that 4-man level 2. And it's going to be spread out a little bit more unevenly.
LMQ slightly flubbed this push right here. They actually lost most of their first wave in this one with the cannon minion wave. Vasilii also took some damage, but here comes the initial push. This turret will be going down. I want to see if the cannon minion actually dies, though. It's taken a bit of punishment. C9T definitely will lose their cannon, I believe.
They have more range minions, though. Going to help out.
Okay, so turret is down. Looks like the similar situation there. Cannon did die. LMQ slightly smaller wave, but otherwise pretty equal in footing. And Lucian's actually a great turret pusher. He has attack speed on the kit as well. Bischu landing a bit of damage to XiaoWeiXiao. Actually, nice dodge on the chains. But Bischu down 8 CS with this one. See how it goes.
While we're talking about tower pushing, Renekton, you can reset your auto attack with this stun, though you can't obviously stun the turret. People often still use it just to reset. Yeah. An extra auto in there. 2 turrets down, everybody full steam ahead. The game of chicken continues. Will we see inhibitors go down? C9T are behind. Pretty late recalls here. They might actually get it.
It's down below half HP. We'll see if C9T can stop this push because LMQ are not slowing down. They're low on minions. They might stick. Gleeb showing up. Yazuki there. They do take that one down. The slow comes out, though. Is that enough to turn this fight around? Moore has a stun. Lands a bit onto Yazuki, but he's going in anyway. Moore very, very low. The re-engage, Ignite pop, summoner heals, but here comes Kez. Looks now for Vasilii, who's only at half HP. Kez forced to back up.
Really, they're looking to stall the recalls here and allow Altec to get more farm down there at the turret, but LMQ are able to get away long enough for the teleport down bottom. And tower advantage over to LMQ. Inhibitor already exposed. Who's going to make a move for this dragon? It doesn't look like either team is going to be rushing it since they both recall safely to base. It's very hard to tank that one up when your opponents have the same numbers as you. Yazuki this time around on Renekton will be stuck up top though. No teleport.
Yeah, so the thing to keep in mind with this matchup as well, with the turrets going down, is that an inhibitor turret's worth 175 gold to each person on the map, which gives XiaoWeiXiao 175 gold lead in his mid lane matchup there over Bischu. He'll be half an item up, or half a basic item up at all times, which can matter. The 20 extra AP could mean an all-in. It could mean a Fiendish Codex being completed and better cooldowns. Yeah,
he'd have to go back to base first, though, and he's got really heavy consumable starts, so he could easily stay out here much, much longer. Now, as we said, it would be a 1 champion advantage for LMQ at this dragon. However, it does a large portion of your health and damage this early in the game. It would be feasible for Cloud9 to at least poke them at the dragon, but they decided to just give it up.
Yeah.
Don't want to risk it.
Well played, LMQ.
Yeah, they'll allow Renekton to try and shove that top lane. Now, for the dragon, they weren't able to do anything with their bottom lane. That was a 2-minion big minion wave that was stacking up. Altec was able to prune that one down to size.
Yazuki does get the top lane pushed in, so that'll be a lot of minions suiciding under the turret. That's kind of the only answer C9T got for it.
Yeah, he'll get a few. Down bottom, though, Kez.
He's going to look good for this. Moore getting the stuns up. Kez low on health. Summoner heal burned, actually. The re-engage, though, 3 versus 2. Moore getting away with the summoner heal. Vasilii around as well. But there comes the Kha'Zix on the re-engage. C9T forced away, losing summoners in the process.
All right, so LMQ hold on to their advantage. All said and done for the early game. It was their call, and they came out ahead this time around. So, pretty good move there from LMQ. And the teleport really helped them as well, allowing Ackerman to go defend bottom quicker than usual.
Yeah, and he was able to get to the top lane quicker than usual as well. He started on the correct side of the map. Yazuki didn't really guess properly. Was at the top, had to walk all the way across, and was late to the party. So all those things kind of coming into effect right here. LMQ to a 1,500 gold lead. 1,600 gold lead, actually, very early on in this game, with that being a turret and a dragon for this one. So now Cloud9 Tempest playing from the disadvantage. LMQ, we talked about them being all about picking people off. And with the gold lead, they might just do that.
And the item discrepancy that you were looking for in the mid lane has manifested itself in the form of a fiendish codex in the favor of XiaoWeiXiao. Quite strong this early. Blue buffs will be traded off. Doesn't look like there will be any sort of invade from Cloud9 Tempest to try and deny that one from XiaoWeiXiao.
But he's going to make his way towards this red buff here. Yazuki not really in a good place to stop this.
Ackerman
shoving in.
is level 6 to Yazuki's 5. That's why we're going to make that move. One of the rare roams from XiaoWeiXiao. And he doesn't get anything out of it yet.
Well, they've still got control, though. Ward's coming across. Here comes the engage from Ackerman. He has pulled it into the brush.
Eve has smite, and there's a ward inside, so very low chance of this red buff going over to LMQ. And then, until NoName comes, and he's got the execute.
Oh,
not close
gets
enough.
The smite. He's level 6 off this one. Pops a bit of damage across.
Ulti. Oh, he got his ulti leveled up. They didn't want to find it anyway.
Didn't go.
So, LMQ, they should have kept that red buff a little bit higher health and waited for NoName to join. He was a few steps away of coming. And then Kha'Zix would easily have the advantage, could combo with his Q.
Yeah, well, doesn't quite happen. But the bottom lane, though, I feel like this one's going well for LMQ. You're seeing Annie put out the damage. XiaoWeiXiao grabs his blue buff there. Kez going to make the roam, though, not through a ward. Has the ultimate.
Try number 2 here. He's going to attack the bottom lane. They still have one flash on
No
Vasilii.
flash for more, though. They're going to go in. Here's the teleport. Then turn it around. That's going to be enough. The 5-minute cooldown. Altec forced away.
Canceled, so it's not.
3-minute cooldown.
Yeah.
All right.
But worth it. You don't only have to use the ulti there. Couple ultis, actually. Altec used his culling as well. Good awareness by Cloud9, not overcommitting to that.
Smart choice. I wonder, would it have been possible to do enough damage to like get rid of Annie and then just like re-engage the 3v2? I think without cooldowns it'd be hard though.
He would have to have a little bit better positioning as well coming in for the gank.
Okay.
Hard for him to get out. Annie is extremely hard to gank as Evelynn.
Wow. Some good early damage. Bischu is taking hits with this one. Of course, with the flask for XiaoWeiXiao, he can kind of take these trades and just get his health back. Bischu's just kind of hemorrhaging a little bit of HP. Does get some poke back down. Of course, being down the Fiendish Codex means less shields, less damage. Just wave clearing back and forth, though. 89 to 70, again and again. XiaoWeiXiao doing a great job with minions. There's a pink ward on the right side of mid, put down by NoName. Again, the attempted push in lands the root, actually. This is not great for Bischu. Still taking damage this matchup.
Yeah, you know, he's down in CS, but that's to be expected against XiaoWeiXiao, as usual. I don't think there was a lot of mid lane intervention either. Pretty much all of the side pushing.
Chain dodge, though. Bischu gonna get jumped on, low on health, bursted down. Silence being enough. First blood goes to XiaoWeiXiao. LMQ looking so far great in this game 5.
Ackerman as well, able to get out easily. He's got 3 people to deal with, though. Should probably be just a force down turret for Cloud9. Gleeb walks right into Ackerman, and they
pushes them out.
just
They will get
pass.
the turret trade. Mid lane is under fire.
Passing in the night.
Yeah, pretty much. This time they saw them, though. Yeah, mid lane turret going to be going down. Just the stealth Evelynn waiting around Ackerman to join this one.
2 turrets for 1, though. Are they getting bottom as well?
Oh, yeah. You're
Yeah,
right. LMQ with a
turret for 1.
big rotational advantage. They're very far ahead now. 5 turrets to 3. Remember, one of those turrets is actually an inhibitor turret in the top lane. I mean, there's a wealth of gold still available just at the tier 2s. C9T still looking, though, for tier 2 top lane. The rotation coming from NoName and Ackerman, though, looks like XiaoWeiXiao just taking some damage. But C9T not really committing. Yazuki actually pulled back to fight for this one. More's coming soon.
They look for the kick under the turret. A little bit early.
Engage for the damage, but the re-engage. Tibbers putting out huge pain. LMQ diving in for this one. The culling coming across, gonna kill off Tibbers. Poor Annie missing her best friend. Very low health on the Gleebglarbu. NoName does not want to keep going in. Yazuki pulling a bit of attention. Now all 5 of C9T top side.
Yeah, they swing over. Evelynn coming with Lulu, but it's a little bit late, and LMQ do not decide to continue. Good choice by them. They're able to chase off Cloud9 and retain their advantage. That's all that they wanted to do, was retain that tower advantage. Great global goal that they were able to get from that last move. 2-for-1 turrets, and they didn't have to lose much. It was just a little bit of health on the top.
Big damage towards Kez, but just jumps over the wall, honestly. Not much required from XiaoWeiXiao to make that happen. But the pink ward will go down. That one did not live long. That was NoName's just a few minutes ago.
I think that burst that he took for that pink ward, though, might be the difference in this dragon fight. Evelynn's trying to chug his potion right now. They do at least call in the teleport. There's no teleport for Cloud9.
Yeah, so 5v4. Even with XiaoWeiXiao low, this could be the good fight. Burst going across, half HP on Dragon. Will Kez engage for this one? Looks like Cloud9 Tempest are scared of this one. Burst comes through, blue team picks up Dragon.
They're respecting that Tibbers, even though Tibbers is not back up yet. Nobody wanted to get close to Annie. Moore was able to zone.
C9T playing a bit more afraid game 3 right now. They're down in gold and afraid to take fights, which does mean they're giving away objectives, though. And right now, C9T not finding many things to do in this game. Their objective trades have been negative. They've taken 1 for 2. Time and again.
Right from the beginning, with the swap from LMQ, Yazuki did not expect it and had to walk all the way down the map. They're looking to answer mid, though.
Big dive from Yazuki. Nice knock of 3-man from Lulu. They're going in towards more. More will go down. That's 1 mid lane turret under fire. C9T on the scoreboard of this one. NoName waiting around on the side. Vasilii waiting off of the wings as well. Glitterlance comes across. Looks like LMQ buy time for now, but next wave this could be a turret kill.
Yeah, you were talking about LMQ are the ones doing most of the tower dives. Great job there by Cloud9. Getting in and out quick enough. Taking down the Annie before Tibbers was able to be used. Still down, and now they want to finish the turret!
Well, they get the stun on Ackerman, though. Big damage coming across. Force to disengage. Turret will fall. AoE Karma Shield. Keep the team in a good spot.
Bottom wave here. Bottom wave. They do not want to give up pressure. There's a giant glob of minions here for Cloud9. Because of it, they'll be awarded from blue buff here. Can they actually make a flank? If they circled back around towards mid, they would even be able to capitalize one more time. But they're going to take their blue buff and return back with just that.
That's a lot of golden XP on Vasilii, who's already got a Bloodthirster, and it's basically fully stacked by now.
Yep.
Altec gets his own BT, but looks like not more on top of that, so a big lead here. 20 minions plus the global gold. Vasilii is much bigger than Altec when he goes back to shop.
So there's actually a similar size wave up top for Cloud9 to feed on, and they're giving it over to Renekton, who is split decision here. Decided to start with pickaxe and now moving more towards tank. Not going to complete that Tiamat quite yet. Well, let's see if he actually goes for that or completes Sunfire Cape first. Both of them actually help with pushing waves, but the Sunfire, a lot more tanky early.
It's true. You spend a lot of money for a bit more stats. You get like 70 health and 5 armor for like 900 gold. It's pretty much you're investing in the flames.
Trust in the flames.
You always got to.
For the night is dark and full of terrors.
I do not know what that's from.
Game of Thrones.
All right, well, there you go.
I don't know if that's deeper in the books than the series has caught up to, though.
Spoiler alert, I just know the quotes now.
Nah,
Wow.
I think they've already used it. They probably have.
Gonna be all right with this one. Cloud9 Tempest, though. Farming all the way back by their inhibitor. There was no turrets up there for Yazuki to fall back to.
Look at the ward coverage, though. I mean, man, it's all LMQ invading on Cloud9's jungle. Since the very opening of the game, they were the ones making the first moves, as I said, and it was all down to execution for this team. They've got so much damage. if they're able to execute, if they're able to make the first step, get the initiative, then it's up to them to finish. Ooh. Okay, Ackerman's pretty deep here.
He's going to get rooted up, but Kez is right there. Ackerman's got nowhere to go, gets found.
All right, he made the first move, did not execute properly, and LMQ
Offsides.
just offsides there from Ackerman. And he's going to have to spend 15 more seconds in the penalty box, allowing a power play for Cloud9 Tempest.
We mixed multiple sports metaphors there.
It was good.
I like
right? Just pile them on.
Home run for C9T.
Just pile them on.
What's it when you get a score in cricket? If Quickshot were here, he'd know.
Oh, God. Is that?
It's kind of like baseball. Did I just offend all the European viewers now, or is it too late for them to be watching anymore?
I don't even think it's all the European viewers. Like, isn't cricket mainly English?
I don't know.
I think it's actually, yeah. All right, well, Kez is doing some mobile ward work here. Side bonus of Evelynn. Able to see where everyone has committed to for LMQ. Moore does have his flash and tippers available, so that comboed with the Graves, really, really scary. Talking about the damage that they're packing. They can turn this team fight in the blink of an eye if he gets a good flash tibbers.
And this turret's super low. Yazuki could just tank the damage for it. He will, but this is a bit dangerous.
Whoa,
taking big pain back. He might get himself killed by Ackerman. He's going to have a big heal. He could have a dash going away.
He used up a lot of the fury.
The Q hits. The flash. He actually follows through anyway.
Beautiful from Ackerman right there.
Too early on the flash. He could have won that fight.
Yeah.
But perfect play by Ackerman. Gives himself the kill back. Does get a turret kill, but heavy engage by Yazuki to get that one.
All right, Freak. In cricket, it's a run just like baseball. So
It's a run.
Not adding anything on.
All right, cool. Darn.
All right, let's get a replay of that. He really wants this turret. Kicks him off the turret. You have to slice back in. And here's where the loss of fury comes in. Off the dice.
Yep.
That was unfortunate for him. But because he goes for the flash and doesn't get an auto attack turnaround, the ignite not going to take him down either. You already knew the outcome of that duel.
Yep.
Ackerman gets some vengeance.
So 2,000 gold game. More Vasilii, XiaoWeiXiao all here ready for Dragon. C9T not ready for this one, so looks like this will be another objective going over LMQ's way. Tempest is making their way down, but they're not going to be there in time.
And I have to say, LMQ using that teleport pretty well since the beginning of the game. C9 definitely missing out on that summoner spell this time around. Yazuki hasn't been able to do that much with his ignite instead.
And you know, speaking of the teleport, Distortion already picked up for Ackerman. He's got a extremely low cooldown.
Hey, doesn't it give you some new move speed after you flash now too?
You get well, like about 2 seconds of 30% move speed after TP, or 1 second after a flash.
That's for even easier Dragon Rage kicks back into your team. You can position yourself that much quicker.
Vasilii on the flank gets spotted out by Kez, though, has to flash the wall.
Offsides, but he gets away with it.
Yeah.
Just a yellow card.
You definitely don't get
Yazuki!
Offsides. He does not like that wall.
Yazuki has tried to go through that wall from both sides and has failed both times.
It's very unfortunate.
Just keeps ramming his head against it. Putting a dent in that wall. Pretty soon that wall is going to give way, Freak.
He's doing some deforestation. Trying to get rid of the trees. Hates nature, Yazuki.
Man, this game, because it's the game 5, I feel like...
there it is! The flash by Bischu keeps him safe, though. Ackerman has to get away. He does, though, with the ward hop. Clutch right there.
Tibbers down.
Bomb on. Tibbers does die. Smite secures
gold.
it. Kez rich now. Quick wave clear for LMQ. The 1-0-0 Leblanc. He doesn't pick it to, like, rest his control over the map. He's just like, I'm going to farm, and I'll kill you in teamfights later. Altec gets the red buff. Already has a blue for himself. 2-2 in the game, 2,500 gold. LMQ going in for this one early.
There's no way for Cloud9 to get vision of this without going through more.
They're not checking.
Oh yeah, this is great move from LMQ. I like the no hesitation. They just scared off Cloud9, plus they know they have complete control with the double pink wards this early in the game.
Yep. C9T find out too late. They'll know the timer by seeing those purple flowers floating around, but that's a big boost of golden XP. LMQ now up 4,000 and a Baron buff.
2 outer turrets left up for them to try and knock down as well. But really, it's not that great of a siege team here from LMQ. They need to make use of their split push, make use of their great ward coverage, try and pick somebody. It's hard for them to actually do anything around the turrets. The only thing that they would try and go for really would be to stun somebody with Annie who's a bit away from the turret and go with their range burst. They have great range burst as well. They don't have to all in commit to somebody. If they get up around a turret and somebody from Cloud9 steps up too far, they can stun them and execute them with the Graves and LeBlanc combo.
Guess they'll be sending them to their graves.
But don't.
Ackerman gonna make his way up. Killing off the minions. Does have no summoners, but really a whole lot of wave clear. 150 minions. Still basically treading water against Yazuki, but the mid lane matchup and the AD carry matchup, you've got pretty substantial leads right here. So LMQ, their key players, are very far ahead. Death cap already done. Yazuki pushed around a little bit, but you're seeing an item lead in the mid lane and a pretty substantial item lead for AD carry. Static Shiv ordered done for Vasilii, so even more burst is there. That's going to mean a lot, because until Altec gets Triforce, he's going to be behind.
It also means super fast wave clear for Graves. He already has Buckshot. Adding Static Shiv onto that is amazing for the wave clear.
And keep in mind, top lane has no turret, so C9T must respond to this wave right here, because Vasilii is about to be threatening an inhibitor.
Oh, they are right. They don't even have to siege up at a turret. They can try and force a fight around the exposed inhibitor. They will do so. This is going to be the 4-man squad as well. No tanks in this fight. I have to give that advantage over to Moore, because he's got the stun ready to go. This is going to be 5-on-4, dead inhibitor.
Ackerman definitely going to be the inhibitor going down. It's gonna will respawn before Baron comes up by about 35 seconds. It's fairly relevant here, but ultimately it means LMQ are gonna have map control for quite a bit longer. Kez wants to go in, then knock up to Ackerman. Big burst comes out from XiaoWeiXiao. Doesn't quite get any kills though. Dual Glitter Lance comes across, putting some damage still there.
Now, LMQ were spread out, so there was an attack from the side, but not really any follow-up there. And pretty big ulti down for Cloud9. Once again, that teleport for LMQ doing so much more than the ignite on Renekton. Able to get the inhibitor, and now the mid-turret siege.
They're going to try a Baron buff. Will time out within the next minute here, but that's going to be a couple of waves they still get the chance for. The flash forced away. XiaoWeiXiao does get removed in the 1v2, but he's going to join his team, reaching up with Baron. They've got another wave coming.
All right, Lulu is strong wave clear. Lucian is decent as well. But there's just so much danger from this Annie. Everybody on Cloud9 has to watch their positioning. They cannot afford to group up. Lucian next to either Lulu or Evelynn would be devastating.
So LMQ snowball to a 5,000 gold lead. They kill away the jungle as they go. Smart choices there. Remove as much gold as possible and gain golden XP for your team. You see minions dropping away rather quickly, but C9T still, they've got to be afraid of this one.
Yeah. By the way, the reason I say that is because Evelynn is still pure assassin at this point. Hasn't transitioned into the tanky phase where she starts building randoms and things like that. Still 100% assassin, all damage. Altec able to dash away.
You can see the wave clear there. So easy for Vasilii to remove the minions. They push in once more. The Qi-Lin coming across, but now blocked by NoName, keeping his wave alive. Unless C9T go in right here, they're going to lose that one. They get away with enough, killing the minions off. LMQ backs off.
Yeah, they're making great use of this zoning threat from Annie right now, even allowing Graves with the short range to get in on the turret.
Yeah.
They got to watch out, though. Evelynn's ulti is back up. He's looking for the side.
Thor wants it, finds a 3-man ulti. There comes the dive from Renekton. XiaoWeiXiao pops the clone. He does go down, 1-for-0. Top lane Dex's turret going down, though, as we speak. Can they find any more? Top turret number 1 goes down. Moore's going to fall. 2-for-0 in exchange for the turret. And now the second one's going down. Someone's got to go back and defend that right now. Looks like that's going to be Altec on Lucian. The new minion wave spawn's going to keep that safe. Now Dragon is up. C9T can get something back.
Yes, that will be an objective here. Unless NoName can come up with a steal. 4 members of Cloud9 are still at the Dragon. Yeah, NoName not even going to go for that steal. So, great objective there for Cloud9. They're able to get the fight on the bottom side now.
Wow.
Even though they are down another Nexus turret.
Altec couldn't hold the wave, so the Nexus is now completely open. Baron's up in 1 minute and 45 seconds. The inhib's respawning soon.
That last fight does show why I put so much emphasis on initiative in this game, though. Because Cloud9 are the ones with the tank, and they're the ones getting the initiative in the team fights. It goes fully against LMQ. They're so squishy. Everyone is squishy. Once their battle line is breached, everyone has to scramble. And they can't hold together. They can't focus their fire on the stun target from Annie. Everybody just has to run away.
So now at this point, C9T are permanently one team fight away from the game being out of their reach. Inhibitor plus Nexus, not that hard to kill with death timers. Now 27 minutes into the game. C9T have to play pretty much perfectly from here on out. Baron 1 minute away. Inhibitor's going to be going away. Ackerman gets the tier 2 turret in the bottom lane, meaning the only turrets left on the map for C9T defend the bottom and middle inhibitors. Yazuki in a bit of a trade. LMQ getting position over the Baron pit. Kez going to try to grab red buff for the team. No steal comes in, but an early smite for Kez. Inhibitor's back. That means the last super minion wave has just been cleared away. There's only regular minions left. Baron in 40 seconds. The map could be equalized, but one catch could mean the game for LMQ.
Ooh, Moore gonna run straight into Kez.
10 gold.
No stun used, even though he did have NoName to back him up. They don't have that deep vision that they were relying on before. And since everyone is fairly squishy, can't overextend. Even though they do have the gold lead again, it's all about the first step in that team fight. If they can start it off with Moore landing the AoE stun, it'll be a massacre.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
LMQ waiting in the brush to go for the engage.
Oh, he misses!
Does not take him down. Glebe stays alive. LMQ get rid of some wards, but
yeah, Cloud9.
here's the teleport. LMQ going to start Baron.
Easy for a little bit longer. They don't have to worry about the Tibbers this time, but it will be a miracle steal. This is against the Lee Sin.
Kez in a dangerous spot, gonna get jumped on. Big damage comes through, takes Mikhail's, but getting exploded. There's a kill for LMQ, no smite for Cloud9 Tempest.
On the top side, not able to answer with anything. XiaoWeiXiao double dashes away.
Glebe gonna get jumped on as well by the Kha'Zix, puts the slowdown, puts the root as well. But Moore and XiaoWeiXiao gonna land the root, gonna land the damage. Another kill picked up.
Yeah, you've got Karma Tether. XiaoWeiXiao has the Leblanc chains, much stronger. Those ethereal chains, they do not break. All right, 3 versus 5. Desperate attempt to stop the Baron here.
Some poke on a XiaoWeiXiao. Decent damage, actually. Yazuki gonna go and doesn't quite land the stun. Chain's not gonna hit either, though. 5 versus 3. C9T forced the disengage.
Yeah, nobody wants to tank that thing. So, LMQ, yes, they pick off 2 more kills. They bolster their lead. However, not able to claim the end of the Baron. So, they're going to need to retain some vision here. Cloud9 need to take this little bit of breathing room, try and secure some vision.
Uh-oh.
Yazuki.
Speaking of vision, XiaoWeiXiao's going to land the chain. Yazuki pops the ult. He has some fury, but he's down well below half HP. He's going to get bursted out. Ackerman claims the kill. Now 5-4 LMQ. C9T, though, on the rotation. Can they find it? The slow. The damage coming across. Can they get the kill? Culling used. XiaoWeiXiao will drop. Now they look for Ackerman. He's going to try to get over the wall. The wards spot the retreat. He's going to flash. Little Ant's not going to land here as well, though. More damage coming across. NoName is there for the safeguard.
Graves going up the mid, though.
Still on the chase. Yes, Vasilii is pushing. NoName still running away. Moore is there for the defense. Looks like LMQ might get the mid lane inhibitor turret right now. Will there be enough recalls to keep this alive? This turret's going down.
Rest of the team is just trying to stop those recalls. Actually, Kha'Zix jumps in to stop one.
They're going to kill away some wards. LMQ controlling this map very nicely. The split push AD carry. He can make his way down to bot if he wants for a big wave. He says, no, I'm going to contest Baron one more time. Ward control still here for LMQ. But the ward comes down for C9T, keeps it safe.
2 exposed inhibitors and an exposed Nexus here. Cloud9 are walking on eggshells. As he said, 1 lost team fight will be the end of the game for them. They cannot afford a misstep.
C9T have a total of 1 turret left. They have 2 exposed inhibitors and a bot lane inhibitor turret. Any of those go down, should not be hard for LMQ to close the game out. Right now we sit on a 6,500 gold lead. LMQ is actually slowly stretching that lead, trading kills back and forth, but just finding more globals, finding more jungle to kill. Ackerman gonna get a big wave for himself. The distortion.
And he used that money for the last whisper. He's not going more tanky. He's more damage here.
It's a risky build, but if it pays off, they can one-shot somebody. It's a big deal. Kez gonna get blue buff over to Bischu, who's only level 13 actually. The levels, I gotta say, are a pretty big deal. Graves and Leblanc both 15 here. The Lee Sin, 16. Yazuki only 15, Kez only 14, Bischu only 13.
At least they have the advantage in Smite. Kez 14 to 13 Kha'Zix. However, Kha'Zix can combo that damage much easier. Teleport not up yet. So Lee Sin just going to be up there trying to draw attention away for another 25 seconds.
And for a short time, C9T has actually equalized the AD carry damage output. Until rank 3 Graves ulti, the ADs are basically the same spot. Yes, there's a BF sword here for Vasilii, but 3 completed items is the big tier to watch for. So both these guys contribute a lot of threat in a battle. Both teams have Mikhails. We're going to have Twin Shadows coming out soon for Gleeb. That might actually help the team get some picks. We see an equal ability to team fight with 5 kills per side. It's just the objectives putting LMQ ahead. 5 turrets, a bunch of dragons.
Yeah, basically LMQ, they could toss this game if they get Evelynn ulted inside the Baron pit.
Moore's going to have to flash over the wall. He's going to give red control over to C9T.
It's a pretty big win for them. Moore's also at half life. That bought them some more time.
Well, here's a battle though. Ackerman 16 to Yazuki's 15 has to disengage. Renekton not able to win this fight. And of course, remember, there is still the teleport lead for Lee Sin. At any time, there could be a 5v4 for LMQ. They're going to try that at Baron. Ward over the wall. It's going to be the team trying to come down to stop this one. NoName down to half.
All right.
Missing some HP for this one.
What they're really looking for is a 4-man Evelynn ulti. Can he get in position, though? He would have to flash for it.
Chain won't land. Here comes the jump on in. Kez going to land the ulti. Tiber's going to get dodged away from Moore. A bit low on health. Here comes the re-engage. Chain lands on a Gleeb. He's going to get out. Kez forced back as well. Ackerman, one hit from dead. Mikhails. Randoms keeps him alive. Altec on the chase, but the safeguard. It's not going to happen. There's the W flash. Altec still not in range, but there's Yazuki on the other side. Knocked backwards. Kill finally goes through to Altec. 1 for 0, but there's no health on C9T.
The one thing that could turn this around was the Evelynn ult at Baron, and LMQ go to Baron. They get Eve ulted. They chase him down. Altec barely able to come out with the kill on Ackerman, and it's only a 1-man kill, so it's not that much gold in itself, but it leads to the dragon. Comeback dragon's huge in the game now. That is a substantial amount of bonus experience awarded, as well as the global gold.
That's a lot of XP for Gleeb and Bischu right here.
Huge.
Altec should back up.
All right, so Eve on, it only actually hit 2 because he didn't flash for it, but 2 was enough because they got more low enough that he had to panic Tibbers here. Does he panic Tibbers? No. He actually just runs us straight out of it. Just kidding. His Tibbers was probably used earlier.
It died in that fight.
Oh, okay. So the Tibbers, it didn't hit anybody at the beginning. Anyways, how did
he turned!
He turned the corner.
Instead of walking straight down. Although with Triforce move speed, I think he would still outrun Lee Sin. The 8% buff you get from it is pretty substantial.
Yeah. But still.
Yeah. Still, I mean, it's super close. 1 for 0. Down to 5,000 gold. That's been bridged slightly. XiaoWeiXiao on top of a ward. Jumps back over. Puts a ward down. Bottom lane actually pushing down toward LMQ's base. 34.5 minutes. Moore is going to get his team some ward control over Baron Pit.
The question is, why do LMQ keep going back to Baron? Why don't they just go to one of these nice, safe inhibitors that have no turrets close to them?
I'm not sure, actually.
Tunneling on that Baron? It's a dangerous game.
Gonna be the stun pushed in. Yazuki gonna look for the jump in on the board, and down goes Annie. 1 for 0.
The initiative! The first step is so important with this squishy, damage-heavy comp that LMQ are running, and they're just waiting around with Cloud9 have vision. They're inside the Baron pit. Everybody there. It hasn't rained yet, so the magic damage debuff not there.
All right, how's the smite gonna go? How's the damage gonna go? Yazuki is towards the front lines. The entire C9T team forced towards the back. Kez gonna stay alive. There's the engage. Over the wall goes the flashes. Bischu's gonna be safe. Kill picked up 2 so far. LMQ. It's gonna be C9T forced back.
Oh my God, they give away the Baron.
And Baron goes to LMQ with 2 kills as well.
Wow, everyone's just tunneling on this Baron is ridiculous, but it's exciting, Freak.
It is. But there's gigantic waves now for LMQ to farm. This gold lead is going to go from 7K to 8 or 9 as these minions all go down.
All right, well, Cloud9, they get a perfect pick. They take out the Initiator. They take out Annie, the AoE stun, the core of the LMQ burst, and then they corner themselves in Baron.
Yeah. damage came through. The attack
Tragic
from all
story.
angles. Well,
The tragic story of Cloud9 Tempest.
yep. Baron got the greater of them. So did LMQ so far.
Oh, juicy wave. Who gets it? Is Ackerman going to be
He's actually
a
waiting
bro?
for a friend.
He is. He's giving it to
I think it'll give Vasilii eye edge. That's probably the reason.
A lot of money fed over to Vasilii. He's going to be a beast next team fight.
Bischu with the blue buff. You're going to see 1,400 gold. It's like 2,250 to go from BF sword to eye edge. So he's got some time to go. He's got the pickaxe, so yeah, that's enough. It's like 1,375 there, so there's the combined 4 offensive items. Vasilii is Graves, and he has a Mikhail's on his team. Is reasonably well protected. We've seen actually a lot of safeguards, defensive safeguards, from Ackerman to keep the team alive, so that might work well.
I mean, his upfront burst is ridiculous. A static shiv procced Infinity Edge crit. A buckshot, also collateral damage. Even Smokescreen does a lot of damage right now.
Yeah. That 40 AP from Baron buff,
Yeah, man.
adding the damage.
People always forget about the hybrid nature of Baron.
Helps
All right.
everybody a little bit.
So, now that they have the Baron buff,
Yeah.
our long war that was waged over the Baron has been won.
Ackerman,
And it should be
though,
a clear path.
Gets
You-
little
You
answer.
go to an exposed inhibitor.
Safe though. Oh, the engage towards Bischu. Evil comes across the Vasilii forced back. Great Timbers. Kez going to go down. 1 for 0. The Baron buff still on LMQ. They hop back forward. Bischu forced to disengage. Vasilii is still wreaking havoc. Yazuki gonna be going down. 2, 3 kills picked up in the fight. LMQ find a 4th. This is gonna be the game. It goes to all 5, but LMQ gonna close out and take the Challenger Series championship.
What a finish! Cloud9 get the pick that they wanted, yet they start the Baron. They get cornered inside, and LMQ run them out of it, take the Baron, and finish the game running up mid.
Man, that game, LMQ the early lead, they held the stranglehold for as long as they could. Couple of kills went back and forth, but the objective game always theirs. They pulled it out in the game 5 with a pick-focused composition. They're the champions.
Whew. It's been a long day, an exciting day, Freak.
Has been.
We get to crown LMQ champions, though. So,
Yeah.
both of these teams putting up strong performances that will inspire fear in the bottom tier LCS teams.
Yeah.
They're not going to want to pick either of these two.
No.
So,
EG has to choose one.
it's even dangerous, even if you don't get last place in LCS and you don't get to choose. The 7th place team as well is going to have a hard time
Yep.
even choosing between these two teams.
Yeah, so we're going to see, of course, the North American LCS playoffs take place next weekend. We're going to see who gets 6th place there. They'll get first pick. We'll see which of the 3. EG's got a fear for themselves as well because they're the 7th place team. They're going to have a battle for themselves. And then, I mean, you saw how good both these teams looked. I feel like neither, right? And you talked about it, right?
Yeah,
You don't really want to pick
if you're
either.
EG, who are you picking here?
You have to say C9T, I suppose.
They did
but
lose.
They did lose, but the team is fairly equally matched. So your thought is, who's better in a BO5? Who's better on stage? And who do we match up better against? Because clearly both are similarly fearsome.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the very end of the day, you still have XDG in 8th place who gets whatever you leave to them. And they're going to also have a fearsome matchup there. You've got some great teams putting up great play. And I mean, those are just fun games to watch. Like if they both make LCS, I'm going to look forward to the regular week games in the summer split.
I will as well. I will as well.
There's some great players, some great teams. The individual skills up there, the champ select, the changes throughout the series, also a lot of fun. It's going to be fun. All right, guys, the 2014 Challenger Series may have come to a close, but the playoffs are just beginning in the LCS. The postseason kicks off on Tuesday with the European LCS quarterfinals. First up is a best-of-3 doubleheader, starting with Froggen and Alliance taking on Amazing and the Copenhagen Wolves. All the action starts with the LCS preview show on Tuesday, April 15th at 4 p.m. Central European Summertime, 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. We're calling it a night here in California, but before we go, I want to say thanks again to our friends at Coca-Cola, and another thanks to I Will Dominate and Hi for joining us today. Now, on behalf of myself, Kobe, Riv, Zyrene, and the entire live broadcast crew, good night and GG. Bischu Evil comes across the Vasilii forced back. Great Timbers. Kez going to go down. down. 1 for 0. The Baron buff still on LMQ. They hop back forward. Bischu forced to disengage. Vasilii is still wreaking havoc. Yazuki gonna be going down. 2, 3 kills picked up in the fight. LMQ find a 4th. This is gonna be the game. It goes to all 5, but LMQ gonna close out and take the Challenger Series championship.
What a finish!